This is Eric Mwathe. It is December 18th, 2013. We have a couple of hours to go before the Fed announcement, and after that, of course, this market is going to be volatile as usual. We'll see which way we are going to close, so making any hard or strong bets right now is not a good idea. But I want to show you what I'm looking at in terms of the charts here, with about a couple of hours to go, about 2-3 hours before that Fed announcement. If we take a look at the market, what I find interesting is where the market is trading right now in terms of the daily RSIs. For some reason, the market is looking for some volatility here, because we see that with the Fed announcement, the market is well positioned to go either way with some volatility here. As you can see, Nasdaq trading very close to 50. That opens a possibility of a down move. If you take a look at the Dow, you can see very close to that 50. So this is what I'm saying to me, that it looks like the market is positioning itself for volatility, because as you move above and below 50, you get that technical push. If you take a look at the Dow Transports, setting themselves very close to 50 at 50.53 right here, and that to me is a sign that the market is just looking for some push to go lower. Now, if you contradict that with the S&P 500, which is trading below 50, slightly below 50, so that opens a possibility for a spike after that Fed announcement. So one way or the other, we are going to get volatility just based on where the markets are trading in terms of their proximity to the 50 on the daily RSIs. Let's take a look at a stock that I posted here on Twitter a couple of hours ago, and it is for Apple. I want to show you the monthly chart, which is what I've been talking about for a couple of months now. And it is this idea that the market is back testing this trend line here. As you can see, that trend line connects the closing prices going back to 09 on a monthly basis. Take the lows on a monthly basis, draw a straight line. You can see the market is right now contending with the back test here. I believe somewhere around here this stock was going to stall, and we are starting to see signs of a rollover. And also there's the idea that the break that the stock did here in 07, 08, right here. Now draw a straight line based on that break point, and you see that we are finding resistance on the monthly RSI right there. What that tells me is that this is the case. Then we've seen this stock make a short-term high, maybe a long-term high. So I believe the highs of 575 are gonna stay intact for this stock for the next couple of months, maybe even longer. I believe the next move here is lower, as long as it's holding below this trend line here. Now remember, the last time it broke below this RSI level here in 08, it moved from a price of about 150 all the way to the lower 80s. So that was a big move, more than a 50-60% drop. So we'll see whether we're going to get a similar action with the monthly RSI showing resistance there. Now if we take a look at the weekly, again, something I've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, is the idea that if you take the lows on the RSI here in late 08 and these lows here on the weekly RSI, draw a straight line, you see that the stock broke down here. That was around this level here, and subsequently you got a very big drop. So that line, if you extend it, which is now, let's extend that line here, you see that the back test seems to be failing. So if that's the case, you got price back test failure, you got RSI weekly back test failure. I believe that this is a sign that the stock has peaked, and we are going to see it eventually move lower. How much lower it can go, I don't know, but this is a sell signal as of right now. If we take a look at the daily, my thinking here is for the day. Right now we are seeing it down about $10.50. And why? Because we are moving below 50 on a daily basis. As we crack below 50, you get that big point drop. The last time we cracked below 50 was here, which happens to be this big gap here. So this is legit. So as we crack below 50, also we seem to be cracking this RSI daily support trend line here.
So that trend line is being broken. That to me might suggest that the market is positioning itself to push the stock lower. Also take a look at, interestingly, we have the MACD showing uniformity. This uniform action above zero and back below zero says that this right here is a sell on the stock.